Bing bong! Congratulations, you made it another week and you're here to watch the CineBoiz podcast. All four of us are here today. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Hola.
Sure.
Today is going to be organized chaos because I don't know why. Coffee jitters just hit me like crazy, and I haven't had coffee jitters in a while, which is weird. So I'm going to drink water. I just had a banana. Hopefully that'll help. Banana. Bing bong. Hey, Molly. Hey, Kay. Good to see you all. Yeah, we are the CineBoiz podcast, part of the Cork Bats podcast network. If you don't know what Cork Bats is, be sure to follow them on social media and visit their website.
Did you bing bong twice? I'm so confused right now.
Bing bong. How about a third time? I'll bing bong as much as I want to bing bong. Goth Grandpa's in the chat. Good to see you. Yeah, so if you don't know what Cork Bats is, be sure to follow them on social media and visit their website, which is back up officially after, 4 days of being down?
Bing bong!
Bing bong!
Bing
It's
bong.
back up.
It's back.
Bing bong! Guys,
Is this
good
the
to see
Bing
you.
Bong episode?
Yeah, I guess so. So we are the movie, TV, entertainment, gaming branch of the Cork Bats Podcast Network. So we just kind of talk about whatever's fun. I think that's probably a better way to put it. We're the fun podcast.
Anything and everything.
There you go. Hey, guys, happy National Tug-Of-War Day to all who celebrate.
Good games.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's
What?
our... What's that?
What?
Confirm? Okay.
Hot start.
All right, hot start. If you're watching us live on our
snakes.
Twitch page, let me move my microphone here real quick. If you're watching us live on our Twitch page, thank you so much. Please consider following. Costs you absolutely nothing to follow. Hey, we're almost to our follow goal of 50. I think we're at 40 now. Had a big week last weekend. Hopefully we'll get a few more followers today. This is going to be our landing page moving forward. And if you don't know what a landing page is, Kev, why don't you tell everybody what a landing page is?
It's a pretty niche marketing term that I don't expect most of our listeners to understand. So what's even the point of explaining it?
Good point. Again, following costs you absolutely nothing, and you could be entered to win prizes if you do so. Kay says, Kathy, join us here. I don't know if my mom's in the YouTube chat. I got the multi-stream chat.
She's normally like a 11:20 kind of YouTube chatter, I feel like.
Right.
She's
She'll
sleeping
hop here
in.
at some point. Yeah. Yeah, and then also if you're watching us on the Cork Bats YouTube page, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to the Cork Bats YouTube page. Again, costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps Cork Bats big time. So helping Cork Bats helps us. That's probably the best way to think about it. Trickle down podcastonomics. I thought
That worked out so well for Reagan.
It really did.
And everybody else.
Did. Nothing bad ever
This isn't a
happened.
political podcast, Kenny.
Right. No, we are
Politics
not.
Sucks.
All right. And then if you're unable to watch us live and listening to this as our newest podcast episode, which typically drops later on Saturdays, thank you so much as well. We are the CineBoiz Podcast. You can find us wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. And then consider...
Has anyone ever met anyone that uses Stitcher?
No, but they advertise it on like every podcast.
They're trying hard.
They really are. Please consider rating, reviewing, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. Again, costs you absolutely nothing. Helps us, helps Cork Bats. Kay says she's too broke for Stitcher. I think most people are. I don't think anybody wants to pay for Stitcher. So there you go.
How much is it?
I don't know.
Enough.
It's enough to
anything
not get it. Yeah.
Any price is too much, honestly.
Yeah, if I can get a
for this show.
podcast anywhere else for free,
Yeah, exactly.
or if I've already got the subscription like Spotify, what's the point?
Right. It's like I don't get it. It's like every podcast is free.
And if
Stitcher's
you're
like,
paying
hey,
for
let's make
this
people
show-
pay for podcasts.
Yeah. Who's paying for this show in particular? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, please don't.
Get a life.
Don't put yourself in
Respectfully,
financial.
but
Please don't put
get a
yourself
life.
in financial jeopardy for our show. It's not worth it.
I've got a job. I'm getting very well paid doing other stuff.
We're good. Yeah, and then also something new. We've been following. We've been talking about it. A lot this year. We've been emphasizing it. That's a good word. Follow goals. So we have hit 2 out of 3 of our follow goals for February so far. We're still working on that Twitch follow goal. We're at 40 followers on Twitch now. We got to get to 50 Twitch followers by the end of the month, or else you're not going to get CineBoiz the Musical in March. So keep that in mind.
It'd be a real shame. I really hate that.
We had a stream the other night, me and Mob, where we might have played the Spandex Boy videos, and we thought about making it a goal where if we hit like an obnoxious amount of followers on all three of those platforms, like 1,000 each, within like a month, we would make a fourth one, or I would make a fourth one.
Yeah.
So
That's what the people really want.
Yeah.
the people really liked the stream. It was a disaster on Wednesday. We were going to play Stardew, and then we just watched videos with our people, and it was a great time.
Where do the videos where do our videos live?
That's what
own
we
them.
were trying to find in the.
I literally tried
I
to
own
pull
them?
up the best song ever,
Gosh.
and it's
I
a
got a
private
pig.
video.
Oh, okay. That's a good move on my part.
Yeah.
Sounds
we
like-
were
dig 'em-
we
I'll
were
dig 'em
looking
up.
for him on the
I
stream.
was trying to leak it hard.
Yeah, we were looking for him to play him on
And
the
then-
stream, but we couldn't do it.
And then I had Kenny look up Hippo Colony on Facebook, but I think since both of us neither have a Facebook anymore,
I'm sure it's
Hippo
gone,
Colony
yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't aware,
You know
of
what?
Oh, go
I
ahead.
should start a Hippo Colony YouTube channel, and I'll just put our videos up there, and I won't say anything. They'll just be up there one day. So
I was just so everybody's on the same
Gotta
page
find
here.
them
So
first.
what Hippo Colony is and what we're talking about is me and Mob did a stream the other night. Kevin and Mob made a series of music videos when they were in college under the name Hippo Colony. And we tried to find them, but we didn't have them. Apparently Kevin has them though, and we'll probably leak them on the internet.
how many
so
do you
be
think we
tuned.
made? We probably made at least 4.
I thought there was only 2.
Oh, no. So
There's more than
there
that.
is
There's Vindicated.
Jeez.
Vindicated. There is
There's Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. There's Best Song Ever.
Best song ever.
I
There's
feel
one
like
in there
there
that
was-
was bad. That we
I feel
didn't-
like there's one more that saw the
Howie
light of
Day. Howie Day.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's a
then-
great one.
And then we never finished Bad Blood because it got dark quick.
Yeah, we kind of finished it. There's a producer's cut out there that
It was too dangerous to release to the
I also
wider
got
public.
injured
No, there-
filming it, and we never really picked it back up.
Wow.
We knew how we wanted to finish it. We didn't want to actually go through that.
We
with
didn't
that.
have the stones, correct?
Yeah.
Fair
Also,
enough.
I cut my finger pretty good on a machete, and
Yeah.
that just kind of killed the vibe.
Also, at one point, we had eggs doing
That's a
cocaine.
real story.
It was.
What a wild story this is, and it makes no
This kind of
sense.
this kind of sounds like that
uh,
montage scene in Wet Hot American Summer where they're all like taking an hour break from camp.
It's
And
kind of
like
how
doing
that's
drugs.
kind of how dark it gets quickly.
Yeah. And
Pretty
here's the
good
thing.
comparison.
Shooting
If you-
heroin.
If this ever saw the light of day, you would think the guys who did this were on drugs. Totally sober.
Yeah,
Totally
100% sober. It just got real weird.
Just
I have
got-
no
Super
idea
bored.
where that is. No idea where that one is. I have an idea of where the others live, but
Also, we started shooting it, and then we took a break,
because I hurt,
and
I
then
cut
we
my finger.
started reshooting it like a couple months later, and I lost a decent amount of weight in between.
Yeah,
so the
that
opening
was,
scene-
Continuity.
yeah,
What a goof.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Castaway.
that's a great point. You probably lost 15 pounds in between those 6 months or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys, we got a lot
Everyone
to talk
clap
about.
it up for Mob. Mob looks great.
Yeah, way to go, Mob. We got a lot to talk about. We got to stay on track today.
No,
We're not going
Too
to,
late.
but we got to stay on track today. Well, hey, I'm Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast, and I am joined by my 3 other co-hosts today. We're all here, and joining us from the East Coast is our good friend Mob. Mob, how are you?
Great.
I got a question. What are you big on this week?
Love is Blind season 2.
Yeah, baby.
I'm all caught up, ready for the weddings. Yeah, it's the show's ridiculous.
It is bonkers how entertaining it is.
It's so my favorite part of it is you see these couples having fights
Mhm.
that are extremely normal within marriage,
Yeah.
and they act like they're the end of the world.
Yeah.
like this one girl walked off because this one guy didn't react the way she wanted him to.
Been there.
That happened maybe twice this week. Like,
should we be a marriage podcast?
We should have Cork Bat should have a marriage podcast. We also talked about Cork Bats in the group text about doing a Love Is Blind podcast.
well, I'm probably gonna write something on
I've
it
got
with
one.
with my predictions of how this next episode, the marriages, are gonna go. But
Are
I
you
I
two
forgot my
watching it
password.
with your partners or by yourselves?
So here's the
definitely
thing.
watching it with Catherine.
Oh,
Mob sounds like he's watching by himself.
Oh, okay.
the preview came on, and my wife looked at me and goes, "You can watch that one by yourself." And I said, "I probably won't." 3 days later, I was completely caught up. So
It's the best show. It's so great.
it's all me. But she did walk in when this like confrontation happened, and she was like, this was her reaction. She's like, that's like a normal thing.
So
And
you're
they were-
watching it while Kate's home. She's not even working.
Well, the
That's
last
even
couple
better.
episodes, just
I love
because
that.
I
Yeah.
started out watching it by myself without her home, and then it's addictive.
So I put the
colors.
link for Cork Bats in the chat. So be on the lookout for a few Love is Blind blog posts coming soon from Mob. I've also got one coming that is Love is Blind related. It'll probably be pretty short, but I can't remember her name. The girl with all the Instagram followers.
Alyssa.
Yeah, maybe the greatest reality TV character ever. And yeah, there'll be more. Just wait for it. So cool. Well, Mob, thank you so much. And then let's move on to Kevin. Kevin, how are you today?
I'm great, Ken. How are you?
I'm solid. What are you big on, my man?
We've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past, but I just finished up a couple series. I'm big on the week-to-week streaming model, and not so big. I think Netflix has got to adapt. So everyone is talking about. I just feel like the cultural conversation is around shows like Succession, Euphoria. HBO is really doing it big right now. You've got Peacemaker, which I just finished. Last week I talked about finishing Boba Fett, which was a week-to-week model. And on the other hand, you've got Netflix and Ozark, one of the most acclaimed shows in TV right now, came out, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the binge model just doesn't work anymore. I don't think it doesn't hold the culture's attention as well. It works because people love to binge, but as far as creating storylines and keeping them in the limelight, it doesn't work at all. It works so well because you've got all these YouTube shows and TV shows that can basically where everybody's at in the week-to-week model. You can talk about episodes as they release. And you've got all this content that you can build around the week-to-week thing. Now, I love to binge TV as much as anybody. Don't get me wrong. But it just feels like Netflix has got to catch up a little bit in some of these areas. Because even Hulu's doing it now with, what's that show that you were talking about? Tommy and...
Pam and Tommy.
Pam and
Hulu's
Tommy.
been doing that for a while. I
and
feel
they
like
did it
that's
with
been their model
Murder.
for years. Yeah.
So I just feel like Netflix has to change something a little bit. I feel like it's going to happen. Just a matter of when. They're going to release a show. It's going to be their first one. And it's going to be like, this is a week-to-week streamer. What?
Adapt or Die.
Name
that movie.
Yes.
Moneyball.
Yes. That was so good. That was a spot on
Adapt or
impression.
Die. Okay.
That's
Gals in the chat swinging by and saying hi for a sec? Question mark? Good to see you, Gal.
I know that's probably going to be a little controversial, but I just think at some point in the next couple of years, Netflix is going to change something at some point. Because I just don't think that they're holding the attention. Like Ozark had like 24 hours in the media mainstream spotlight, and then it's over.
Yeah. Well, Kay just said in the chat, I like the model some platforms have been doing and releasing like 3 episodes at a time because it gives you more. I agree with Kay.
Even
I like
that-
that idea of instead of just doing one a week,
Stranger
maybe do
Things
2 or 3
is
a week.
splitting up that final season, so maybe that's an avenue they're going to
So is Ozark.
explore. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so is Ozark. So go ahead.
well,
just-
that's done for awards reasons.
Yeah,
100%. My thing is
interesting.
back when network television like Lost and all that stuff, like we didn't really have Twitter.
Mhm.
And so you could miss an episode and not have something spoiled. Now it's like if it's bingeable, like
That's
I
part of
know
the
it's
problem with the
bingeable. It's
bingeable
my
thing.
issue. No, here's the thing. Like with Boba Fett, things were ruined for me because an episode released and someone had to get an article out within 3 hours of it releasing at 3 a.m. So
That's
I
true.
wake up and I have a spoiler when it's like I have to go to work, and even if I were watching this week to week, I cannot. Like I don't, I like Twitter. I like keeping up with sports stuff and all that stuff. I can't just shut off my movie and TV portion.
That's a very valid point.
So that's the one thing where if it's like bingeable, it's like
Very
okay,
valid.
understand. Everyone understands this is a bingeable show. We're gonna write about it, but you can kind of, I think, avoid spoilers easier on bingeable shows than these week to weeks where they're releasing at 3 a.m. and you wake up and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I That's a great point. I think the pendulum just keeps swinging back and forth. So we had network TV week to week for so long. Netflix came in, it was this big disruptor. Everyone wanted to throw everything at the stream all at once, and now we're kind of swinging back the other way. And eventually, in 10 years, people are like, you know what? We kind of like the binge model. Let's go back to that. It was just going to keep going back and forth.
Yeah,
But
I'm totally cool with a mix of both.
that's the right call. It's not a very good hot take.
That's the right call.
But
That's the smart call.
that's the classic Mob being too logical for any part of my life, and it's frustrating because he makes great points.
But they're not sexy.
They're not sexy.
They're not sexy points, man. They're just really boring,
The
but
story
they're
of our
absolutely
relationship.
correct.
I come in swinging, and Mob's like, actually, it's a little bit of everything, and I'm like,
Damn it.
Yeah.
come in with your cool,
I am Dawes.
rational logic.
I just think it's not the 90s anymore. Let's just move on. I want it all now. Give me those episode dumps, baby.
I think part of so I'm wired for whatever reason when a show drops. Well, I guess seasons are shorter in general now, which helps me. But when a show drops 12 episodes at once, it kind of overwhelms me. And then there's a second season. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much I have to catch up on.
Yeah.
And then I end up just not watching it. The week to week model, it feels very approachable to me. Like I can keep up with this. I can do it. I can be relevant in the conversation of things going on. Things like Ozark, where it's like, if you miss that first couple months, it's like, oh, I'm seasons behind. I can't talk about it with anybody.
Yeah.
That's how I'm
I
wired.
don't talk about it with anybody anyway.
That's it. Well,
Maybe
a great
that's
point,
my
Tom.
issue.
It's all for me. Like I don't care about I know it's funny I'm saying that and I'm talking with you guys about it now, but I don't talk with anybody about this stuff.
That's what makes this podcast great. We don't
Yeah.
like to talk about movies or TV shows, and we haven't seen a lot of them.
But we do like to talk about how they should present them to us.
Yes,
and we get
we
very
do love
passionate
it.
about it. Yeah.
We are experts.
Gal's
Even
in
in,
the
like,
chat. She
UIs.
says, Gal says, the centrist
Oh,
take.
don't get me started on UI. Holy cow.
On what?
On what?
User interface of different
Oh,
streaming
gosh.
apps.
This is a
Netflix is
whole...
winning that battle by
Yeah.
10,000.
You want to see
Hey,
likes.
Apple
you wanna
TV.
See, you want to
Apple
see
TV
Kevin,
2022.
you want to see
Jeez.
Kevin get
Apple
really
TV
passionate
sucks.
about something.
Peacock
HBO
is not
sucks.
great.
You want to see
Peacock-
Kevin, get real passionate about something. Talk
Peacock's
about
not even
UI.
on my radar. That's how bad they are.
Disney Plus
Just-
is fine.
Disney
How's
Plus is
Paramount? Wouldn't know.
wouldn't know. I
Yeah.
mean, Disney Plus is the midpoint. It's average. You got Netflix on doing good things, and you got Peacock, HBO Max on the other end, just royally screwing up everything.
Really
You
poop
know
in the
my
bed.
favorite thing about HBO Max is
If you
log
try and
on,
rewind,
you log on and you scroll down and you're like, oh, I want to watch this, and they're like, oh wait, no, we forgot to reset when
Yes!
you logged in.
Ugh!
or why when I watch HBO Max when I log in, I've been watching Peacemaker. It's the only thing I've been watching on your app for the last month. Why isn't it the first thing I see? Like, hey, continue watching. That's obviously why I'm here.
No, did you know Steph Curry and his wife have a new show? Maybe you're interested.
Who cares?
Gosh,
Hey.
this is getting heated. All right. Hey, Goth Grandpa says Crackle wins in all categories. There you go. Get Crackle.
Oh,
Fact.
what was
Oh,
the
man.
one that got pushed at the beginning of the pandemic that was going to Quibi?
Quibi.
Quibi's really doing
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much.
I didn't mean to
Quibi
get
lasted
that
as
fired
long
up
as
and
its
get it.
videos.
That was a lot. But thank
That-
you.
normally
let's
that
get to
doesn't
Tom.
happen.
Tom's been sitting there
Okay.
patiently waiting to talk. Tom, how are you?
I'm kind of worked up now.
Oh.
Yes.
What are you
Love a
big
worked
on,
up
my man?
Tommy.
This week I am big on an actor named Billy Crudup.
Who
I've
is
been
it?
watching the morning show.
Yes.
You know, aside from the shitty user interface of Apple TV Plus,
So bad.
the morning show is a great show. I'm almost done with season 1, and he is just so charming
He's the
and
best.
handsome and villainous, and I'm just so drawn to it.
But he's not.
And I can't tell if he's like bad or good.
How
Tom's
far are
got
you
a crush,
into it?
And I love it.
I am almost done with season 1. I've
Okay,
got one more episode.
Gotcha.
And he's just so handsome. I don't know.
Man, my mom's in the YouTube chat. She says, "Hey boys, tried to get on Twitch and couldn't get it to work, so here I am." Okay, well, Kev, Tom, can one of you go over to my mom's house and help her with that? Really appreciate it.
She lives kind of far away.
That's,
Oh no, wait.
That's a whole thing.
well, she lives in the same city. as you guys.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like a
I don't
15-minute drive.
I don't know where she moved to.
And in Columbia, that's like a St. Louis 30 and an LA 2 hours. So
Oh man,
New York 90.
Columbia.
well, cool. Well, Tom, I encourage you to finish.
I'm going
season
to.
1 and
Very
season
good.
2, and you'll
I
have a
love
better
going into
idea
it.
of how you feel about Billy Crudup.
I mean, I've got a feeling it's probably going to change drastically, but right now,
I just
into it.
figured you were watching the original Watchmen movie.
that's a good one too.
That's on Netflix now, right?
Yeah, he's great in that too. I mean, he's great in everything he does.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Tom. I'm gonna try.
We're done with this segment. Nothing else to do.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing else to share.
Should we call
about
it a day?
Well, Gal does say like this convo just spawned from the "How are you" section, and it's like, yeah, it went.
More or
Organized chaos. That's what today is. That's what our podcast is. It's just who knows.
turning into that.
You never know what you're gonna get. But moving
In
on.
an unrelated note,
Oh.
Kenny, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
How's your love life doing? You okay? You
Pretty
good?
solid. I don't know if you guys know.
How's
this,
the
but
lady?
I'm getting married.
Yeah, Kenny, getting married.
She's watching Friends in the bedroom.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, nice. A nice little
Which
11 a.m.
episode?
friend
I
sesh.
don't know.
The one where what happens?
I don't know. I
Ugh.
don't know. I don't know. Okay.
One of these days, we are gonna do a spouse podcast.
Oh yeah, it's happened. That should be like a follow goal. Like we should set that. It's like if we hit all of our follow goals for a month, we do a spouse only podcast.
I just want to see all our spouses impersonate us for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be solid. I'm pretty sure she'll say no, but
Yeah, I mean, no way Amy would do that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay,
Ken,
so-
what are you big on this week?
what am I big on? Okay, I'm big on two things. So I'm not going to keep this short. Oh well. First and foremost, talked about it on the stream the other night, but Alamo Drafthouse season pass is finally back.
Nice.
Going to see Drive My Car today, which is nominated for an Oscar. It's a Japanese film.
I hear it's
So
great.
I hear wonderful things.
3 hours.
So I'm
ready
really
for
excited
that.
about that. The other
3
thing that I'm
hours.
big on is a 3-hour movie.
Mm-hmm. It's
Holy
long
smokes.
and it's a drama.
Ken's
so
reevaluating his life right now.
it's gonna be slow,
Make sure you pee
a lot of reading.
before-
A lot of reading.
and I don't think it's gonna have the excitement of Parasite. So
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll discuss it. Anyways, the other thing I'm big on is I
was
had
awesome.
a day off last week, and I got on Hulu, which has a terrible user interface. And I
Hulu's
discovered
up there as well.
I discovered this show called Dark Side of the Ring, which is a show on Vice, and it's a documentary series about pro wrestling and like the stories behind the scenes from like over the years. It is nuts. Pro wrestling is so messed up.
oh yeah,
Very on brand.
But
for you,
I
Kenny.
like binge watched the entire series this week.
wow.
So there's only 3 seasons. And yeah, but it's solid. Annie Carpenter's in the chat, says good morning, CineBoiz. Good to see Annie. Yeah, everyone's saying hi, Mom. I know you can't see it because you're the only one in the YouTube chat, but everyone's really happy you're here. So yeah, that's what I'm big on. Guys, we have so much to talk about. We gotta stop wasting time. Just kidding. Wasting time's fun. But you want to get to some headlines for the week?
Hit me.
Yeah.
Do it. All right. So we got a lot to talk about. Really, the first thing is that we got a trailer this week for the Chippendale. I guess it's not a sequel, or it is a sequel. It's a continuation, I guess. The Chippendale live action / animated movie. It looks very meta.
I have not seen this.
I didn't watch the
promoted
trailer
anywhere.
because I was a little weirded out by it. So
Okay.
I just said no thank you.
So it's like apparently Chippendale like trying to resurrect their careers. I don't know, but
I
it's
couldn't. Is it 2D? Is it 3D?
It's
It's
both.
confusing me. Yeah,
it's
that's
both.
what's confusing
So
me.
it's
I think.
it's Andy Samberg and John Mulaney as Chippendale. And there's like a bunch of like references, like pop culture references. It's very meta. It looks, I don't know, it looks interesting. It's probably going to be really funny. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Are we the target audience for this movie? That's
I think
what I'm
we
wondering.
are. I think it is for like older,
Are we?
like millennials.
Interesting.
Okay.
I remember watching it a lot though growing up.
I never watched it ever.
I watched a lot when I was a
I
kid.
feel like it was for more Gen Xers than for millennials. I
Well,
feel like if you're
maybe.
40 right now, you probably have a better idea of Chippendale.
You know,
But
I
maybe
was
I'm crazy.
I was a team rescuers.
Okay.
I've seen them both. I've seen them all.
I did like the Rescuers. So,
Rescuers
And it's-
way older than Chippendale.
yeah, that's just because my grandma made me watch it.
It's directed by Akiva too.
Yeah, so it's a.
Oh, nice.
It's a Lonely Island movie.
Yeah, it's a Lonely Island movie about
So
Chippendale.
this could get
It's
dirty?
got to be good.
Where's
No,
your
it'll
mic
be
gonna
like
be?
a.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
on Disney. It's going to be on Disney Plus, so it can't be too risque.
It is a fun duo, like Mingo says.
Yeah,
It's an interesting.
Mingo.
I mean, could be. That's what I call her in my
Pretty
head,
good.
Mingo.
Mingo.
Hope you like that.
yeah.
Hope that's okay.
I'm just shocked you're actually paying attention to the chat today. I feel like
I've
that's
got it
not,
up
That's not
in
on
a-
brand for you.
Very off brand, but we got to try new things sometimes.
Yeah, so check out that movie. It's coming your way. It'll be on Disney Plus. So user interface is meh. So just keep
It's
that in
fine.
mind.
It's the definition of average. It's not great. It's not bad though.
It's not great, but it ain't bad.
But I feel like we could do a full hour on streaming interfaces.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe that's gonna be part of our wheel show. We'll spin
Oh,
the
the
wheel.
wheel
And we'll talk
show.
about one of the interfaces.
I think I
for a
missed
set amount of
something
time.
about a wheel show.
I
have
don't
no
think
idea
there's
what you're talking
a
about.
lot to
The
miss.
wheel show is this.
But like, when did it come up? I feel like you just started talking.
Well, you know
about it
how
and I
much
was
Kevin loves his
I-
wheel.
I brought it
Yeah.
up a long time ago,
Okay.
saying we should do a wheel show, and I just want to spin the wheel for different topics, and whatever the wheel decides we talk about, that's what we talk about.
I think
kinda
that's
fun.
fair. I think what we should do is we should not do it as a
We mix it
podcast. We
over.
should do it as an additional stream that we do on Twitch, and we let our Discord pick the topics.
Decide certain things,
And then
yeah.
Kevin,
That's
you
not
need
bad.
to go get buy an actual wheel, not the app. I want a wheel behind you that you actually spin.
Ugh,
I feel
Price
like
is
I
right.
We're okay. Let's do some wheel research right now.
All right,
How much
you
does
do
one
that.
of those run you?
You do that
And
while you're doing
how
that.
much could it actually cost?
While you're doing that, in other news,
What do I type in? Just wheel?
go to Amazon and search wheel. In other news,
like-
Transformers new trilogy starting in 2023.
Who cares?
Who's
Why?
excited?
Why?
Money?
Money.
Is it Michael Bay?
I don't know. I would
If it's
assume
not
he's-
Michael
I'm
Bay,
sure
what's
he's
the
attached
point?
at least as a producer. would
If
be
it
my
is
guess.
Michael Bay, what's the point?
Nah, but that's the one with
Actually-
Mark was so bad it was actually kind of funny.
The only way I'm in is if it's with Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
Dude, Machine Gun Kelly is
Ugh.
everywhere lately. He's figured out how to be a celebrity without doing anything. Him and Megan Fox, they got it figured out.
Yeah. I
Ooh,
I-
$80 for a
I
custom
really
wheel
don't-
seems a little
I guess-
steep.
Oh, well, you're rich. Don't worry about it. I really don't understand. Like, I get, like, with Fast and Furious, for instance, like, people are actually going to see those movies. Who's going to see Transformers? Like, why are they still, like, churning these?
I think
shit
people
movies
will
out?
do it. I think it'll make money, which is crazy.
Josh Duhamel needs money.
My God. Is he even going to be in it?
Does he have a gambling
When
problem?
Is it a
last time-
Transformers movie if he's not in it?
Is he in all of them?
I think so.
I don't know. I haven't seen all of
How
them.
many are there?
There's
Too
at least
many.
four.
At least there's 4?
I
gotta
think there's
be
at
more.
least 4 right now.
Boy.
Why?
Wasn't Shia only in like 2 of them?
He was in 2 of them.
Yeah.
In that first one, I'll admit, I
I thought he
enjoyed
was
it.
in 3 of them.
I think he was
He
just in
might
2.
be.
I thought there was only 3. Did they make the last one a
I think there's
two-parter?
like 6 of them already.
I want to say 5.
Whoa.
There's more.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's Transformers in 07, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen 09, Transformers Dark Moon, Dark of the Moon,
I don't know.
Age of Extinction, and The Last Night. That's 4. And
That's
then there was
5.
Bumblebee
That's 5.
2018. Oh, that's 5. So there's
Oh.
6 if you include
Oh,
Bumblebee.
shit.
And then we're getting 3 more. Plus an animated one.
My goodness. What a series.
What
It
a-
won't die.
Yeah, it just will not die. But apparently
I mean,
people are going to see them, so they're going to make them.
In 2007, I was fairly excited to see it.
Yeah,
I
that
was
first
in-
one was
I
not
was
bad.
a teenager and I was like, Transformers. Hell yeah.
It was cool, like, whenever, like, they announced it. Like, oh, a Transformers movie. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kay says, my
So-
favorite Josh Duhamel movie is Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Fair enough. Fair enough. What were you going to say, Mom?
So it's starring Anthony Ramos. And it's directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who did Creed 2.
Okay. Creed 2 was all right.
Creed 2 was Creed 2.
Creed 2 was Creed 2. I think that's the best way to
It
put it.
was exactly what Creed 1 was, just worse.
Yeah.
I have the hardest time keeping Josh Duhamel and Timothy Olyphant separate.
Oh,
They're the same
everybody
guy to me.
does. No,
Yeah.
I think that's fair, man.
One married Fergie and one didn't.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Also, this week we got the trailer for Baz Luhrmann's new movie about Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
This movie looks like a wild fever dream.
Thank you very much.
The trailer looked.
It's one of those I can't tell. Like I watched it once. I was like, it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. And I watched it again, just like, actually, this could be bad. I
To
have
me,
no
it
idea.
screams big time trailer, big time hype, 25% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's
get-
Sounds like
kinda what
Baz
I'm-
Luhrmann.
Yeah, that's but he'll make a good movie. He's like one of those directors. Like he has some really good movies, but then he's also just got some real weird ones
Yeah.
that aren't great.
Like,
I just don't know
care for
what-
Moulin Rouge.
What original content can we really get out of this? I feel like everyone knows everything there is to know about Elvis. And if there's something you don't know, it's probably going to be like,
Well, is he alive or not?
well, that's the.
People
that
don't
would
know.
be
Ooh, it's a
interesting.
conspiracy movie.
That would be.
Or is he actually Tupac?
Oh wow!
You know, I think if Tupac was really alive, he would have been there on Super Bowl Sunday.
I think you're right.
I think
I
that
have-
would have been the time.
That would've been
I knew
cool.
a kid in grade school who was convinced that Tupac is alive as Sierra.
I've actually heard that rumor before.
That's weird.
Probably
Interesting.
from me, from the kid I knew in
You know
grade
what?
school.
I'm sure you're right.
That's
I'm sure you're
This is
right.
wild.
Only guy I've ever heard say that. Shout out Alex Davis.
I know I've heard it before, and it's got to be from you because that's
Yeah.
borderline a vicious rumor.
We also get Tom Hanks in prosthetic fat suit. So
Mhm.
Ugh. I mean,
I will say, I do think Austin Butler looks and sounds like I think
he looks
like
like
he
somebody
did.
to me, and it's not Elvis. And I couldn't figure out who I think he looks like.
But he looks believable in this movie.
yeah, Zoe Trope's in the Zoe Trope is in
Did
the
Elvis
chat.
wear that much eyeliner in real life? That's what I want to know.
Zoe Troop in the chat saying, my conspiracy theory about the Boz Elvis movie is that they're making it entirely because Tom Hanks has a fetish about being in a fat suit.
Interesting.
If you can't prove it to be wrong, then
Love
it has
that
to be
take.
right.
Love that take.
Also,
What other fat
Pichu-
suits has Tom Hanks been in? Any?
I don't know. Pichu slapping
Don't
butts
know.
in the chat. Welcome, Pichu slapping butt. Good to see you. Been a while.
Slapping butts.
And yeah.
Freaking awesome username.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So yeah, check out the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie coming this
Baby.
year. So there you go. All right. Well, what else we got? Stranger Things officially announced it's coming, season 4 in 2 parts this year.
You got to admit, I never watched past season 2.
Oh, season 3 is so good. You definitely
It's
need
great.
to watch it.
Season 2 turned me off for some reason.
Well, season 3 is a lot better. So
Yeah.
there you go. Yep. So Stranger Things. Where's the date on this?
Isn't it May 31st and then
Here we
July
go.
something?
Yeah.
It's like
So
right
volume
after-
1. Yeah, volume 1 is coming
May
May
27th.
27th, and then volume 2 starts July 1st.
Interesting.
There you go.
I kind of like split. I know it's for awards, but I kind of like splitting it up. It's kind of fun.
I don't.
Gives you something to look forward
It
to.
very much
frustrating.
upsets Tom.
Tom hates it.
Worked up, boys.
Oh, Tom's so mad. Oh, well, cool. Check out Stranger Things coming your way soon. And then also, this is fun. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but we definitely talked about it in our group chat. So, yeah. Fallout TV series cast Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Feels
that's
like
my
a
guy.
great casting. Great casting.
Oh, he's so good.
He's a
Yeah.
great casting for
I like
anything he
him.
does.
Yeah. And he's apparently going to play a ghoul, which if you aren't familiar with Fallout, like,
Cool.
perfect casting for that kind of a character.
David S. Pumpkins, cool. What are we talking?
No.
I don't know a thing about the games, but I'm
Oh,
interested
whoops.
in the show. to
Yeah.
be
There you go.
honest.
Same.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I never had time to get into the game, but this feels like a nice avenue to jump in.
I love Fallout. Well, we talked about this the other night on the stream. Mob and I had a conversation about Fallout, and that Fallout 4 might be my favorite, which is not a popular opinion, but it's also the first Fallout I played. The idea of like making a show around that kind of lore really excites me because you don't have to play the game to be into that show if they do it well. Like, there's a lot of different ways they can go with that movie or that show, and it'll be cool. I'm really
And the
excited
difference
for it.
between like this and Call of Duty, where it's like apparently The Rock's making a movie of that, is nothing's been done like this. Whereas a Call of Duty movie is just going to be a war movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who cares?
Who gives a shit?
My Rock take, I continue to sour on The Rock more and more, especially after watching
the
that
Super Bowl?
cringy Super Bowl thing that he did
I
last
missed-
week.
So bad.
I missed it.
He basically did
A WWE style
The
introduction.
LA Games had been doing the "Let's get ready to rumble" right before kickoff, but instead of that guy, which would have been better, they had The Rock give a weird little 45-second speech about football in general. It was so weird. Did anybody enjoy that? In the
didn't watch it.
universe, in the world,
I didn't
did
care
anybody
for it.
think that's cool?
I
didn't
think the
care
players
for
were
it.
even like, let me get out there.
Yeah,
Why
dude,
is The
let's
Rock
play.
out there?
It was funky, for sure.
Zotrip in the chat saying, did the CineBoiz already talk about the BioShock Netflix movie? We have not.
Ooh.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's exciting. Maybe we'll talk about that next
I
week.
did love those games.
I never
did play
played them.
those.
But I feel like if I like Fallout, I'd really like BioShock.
I don't know how well they've aged. I haven't played them in a long time.
I think they're
I
on
played
Game
them when
Pass.
they came out, but they were fun in the late 2000s when I played them the first time, or whenever it was, 2010, 11. I don't know.
Gotcha. And then Kay says she has a Ghostbusters themed shirt that says Demogorgon Busters. That's hard to say. That's awesome.
Demogorgon Busters.
Demogorgon Busters.
Dave
All
and
right.
Busters.
Well,
Yeah.
Dave and Busters. Nice. Final piece of news. Adam Sandler has a new movie coming out.
He just wants to play basketball.
It's about basketball. It's called
That's
Hustle.
all this movie is. He just wants to
You
get
know
up
what?
shots in the gym.
It doesn't look bad. Like,
I
it looks like
thought
it's
it looked
probably going to be
decent,
good.
yeah.
It's making me wish he was a serious actor a long time ago, before.
Grown-ups.
Well, what's great is that he's going to be, like, he's going to do that. Like, he's going to have a good, serious movie every once in a while, and he'll be solid in it, and then he's going to make 10 really, really bad movies in between.
Yeah, he'll make a couple movies with
That's
his
his
buddies.
thing, though.
And he makes
Yeah.
so much money. He has a deal with Netflix. Like, every movie he makes, it's literally like, hey, I'm going to get all my buddies together. We're going to go to a nice location and film a movie for 2
I
minutes.
feel like this
Yeah.
movie was filmed like
And
in his
that's
neighborhood at his
smart.
local gym, and it's just
What's-
like, yeah, this is convenient.
What's
Let's
that
do this.
like mystery movie he made with Jennifer Aniston? Because they're making a second one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He just likes to hang out with his friends on beaches.
Isn't it
and
just
I
nice
think
like
it was.
Murder
I think
Mystery?
it was called Murder
Yeah.
Mystery.
Yeah. So they're making Murder and Mystery 2.
I
So
say
we
go
get
for it.
we get Murder Mystery 2 and Knives Out 2, both on Netflix this year.
Hell yeah.
head to head. People watch those movies though. Like whenever it drops on Netflix, it's always in like the top 10 for a couple weeks. People
I
like
watched it.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Did you?
I mean, he's figured it
Yeah.
out. I don't care what he does. Like,
He's
make a
got-
shitty movie, make a great movie.
and I'm okay
whatever.
with it because he's
Yeah.
by all accounts one of the best guys in Hollywood. So do whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, Adam.
Yeah.
You have.
Unlike The Rock, who's a
Boy.
human piece of garbage. We
Wow.
all agree.
Wow, there it is.
All right. Well, hang on.
Should we have The Rock on the podcast?
Well, yeah.
Love
Talk to-
that.
Kev, I want Kevin to interview The Rock on the podcast.
I got a lot of questions.
All right,
Number one,
listen-
how dare you?
Yeah, listen, you piece of
Yeah.
shit. Why do you make the worst movies? He doesn't make terrible. Well, he actually makes pretty bad movies.
He
to be
makes
honest.
the most vanilla movies you can make.
Yeah.
Who?
The Rock.
And that's coming from a
Oh.
very vanilla guy.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for all the headlines we got this week. So we got through it. Hey, Tom,
What up?
you got any trivia
Baby.
for us this week?
I do.
Finally, let's go.
Love it.
Alrighty, so last week, I believe it was, the new Jurassic Park trailer was dropped, but I wasn't here last week, so I thought we'd do it this week, and we do a little Jurassic Park trivia.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Ugh. Gross. Okay, actually, these questions kind of suck, but you know what? It's all I can find.
Way to sell it, man.
The park is located on the coast of which country? Peru, Brazil, Costa Rica, the United States.
I know
don't
the
know.
answer.
Is it US? Try now.
Peru.
It's Costa Rica.
All right.
It is Costa Rica,
I'm a winner.
fictional
I've-
island of Isla Nublar.
I have to admit, I've actually never seen The Lost World or Jurassic Park 3.
That's
Just
They're not
on-
great.
Only
I haven't seen The Lost
the
World, but
originals.
I have seen Jurassic Park 3.
3
That's
is
okay.
trash.
That's okay.
Really?
You don't need to see them. No.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and those are the two.
that's fine.
Those
first
are
one.
probably the two good ones out of all of them.
Yeah. Definitely.
It feels a little shameful to admit being a child of the 90s, but I just never got around to it.
I mean, as long as you've seen the first one, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Because it's the best one. Question number 2. Hammond is forced to get experts to certify his park as safe. After a worker is killed by a Triceratops, Pteranodon, Raptor, or T-Rex.
I know.
I couldn't even tell you what a Pteranodon is. Let's check that out.
I know what it is. I know the answer. It's a raptor.
Makes sense.
All right, the answer is Raptor.
Yeah,
I was kind of waiting
I
for
mean,
a bit
that's
more
the
input,
answer.
but
Yeah.
that's
Pteranodon just looks like a pterodactyl. Pterodactyl.
It's pronounced pterodactyl, but okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, the P's never silent.
Pterodactyl.
I'm really bad with dinosaurs. I feel like that's also shameful to admit as a child of the 90s. Dinosaurs had a big moment.
Dinosaurs
in the
were
90s.
big in the 90s. Yeah. When we were
Land
when we
Before
were coming
Time,
up,
Jurassic Park, a lot of dinosaur action.
Yeah.
Yep, I loved him. Big fan.
Kay says she loves Raptors. Toronto Raptors?
Kawhi Leonard,
Nice.
All right.
Very nice. NBA.
Soon.
Kyle Lowry,
Very nice. NBA. Not a sports podcast.
Our next question.
All right.
DeMar DeRozan.
What DNA is used to fill in missing dinosaur genomes? Bird DNA, elephant DNA, frog DNA, or lizard DNA?
I know.
I mean, the answer seems like it should be lizard DNA, but
I know.
who
I know
knows?
the answer. I know.
Kenny, this is a
I
Kenny
think it's frog.
trivia hour.
It's frog DNA.
Yeah.
It is frog DNA.
Doesn't make sense. That would never happen.
Read the book, man.
Yeah, read a
Yeah,
book.
it's a great book, actually.
Just read a
It
book.
really is.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really good book.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Read a book.
You know how much I hate words.
Next question. What theory does mathematician Ian Malcolm use to predict the collapse of the park? Kinetic theory, Discord theory, quark theory, or chaos theory?
Just a reminder, everybody, to join the Discord if you haven't already. Link is in the description below if you are on Twitch. But I also know the answer.
What's everyone's guess?
Whatever Kenny says.
It's
Yeah.
chaos theory.
Yeah.
It
That
is
makes sense.
chaos theory, but I would like to know what quark theory is. It sounds interesting.
Go
If
watch
it's
Big
anything
Bang
at all.
Theory.
Sounds quirky.
Theory.
All right. We got time for like one or two more.
Let's do one more.
All righty. Why does Jurassic Park's chief geneticist believe that dinosaurs can't breed? They've all been sterilized. They're fed contraceptives. They're kept in separate pens. They're all female.
I know. I know
Aren't
the
they all
answer.
supposed to be female?
They're all female.
Yeah, that
They are
sounds
all
right.
female. Although I was reading this, it's just like I feel like they had the technology to probably make them all sterile. I don't know why they didn't do that.
That's
Because
boring,
it's
dude.
It just
sterile
they
when I
just
like
breed
to
them
taste
all in the
boring.
lab like they've been
Boring,
doing.
dude. So boring.
One of my favorite Twitter accounts is Jurassic Park updates, and every once in a while the guy will just tweet like, "One of the raptors is out again. Please be careful."
Solid
funny.
follow.
It's pretty good.
Well, Tom, thank you so much for that trivia. Now, how about we move over to
Absolutely.
some anniversaries?
You got it. Calm down, puppy. It's okay. We'll be done here in a moment. Happy 5-year anniversary to Get Out.
Wow.
Mhm.
5 years ago. Holy moly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a regret of
movie.
mine that I didn't see that in theaters. Wish I
Same.
had.
Yeah, same here.
Did. It was good.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
You were an early adopter. I feel like people didn't really.
I was
feel
very
the love
excited
until
for it.
A couple months after the fact.
Yeah.
I was very excited for it.
Nice.
Which, speaking of Get Out, I heard recently that Jordan Peele's newest movie, Nope,
Ooh.
Nope actually stands for Not of Planet Earth. I thought that was an interesting little factoid.
Spoiler.
Yeah, geez, Tom.
It's already out there in the world, so I don't know. You're bound to come across it at some point.
I'm just hyped that Daniel Kaluuya's in it again. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great, actually.
Yep.
I feel confident saying that.
Yep. Not nope. Yep.
Happy 10-year anniversary to Act of Valor.
Oh,
That one with the
It
actual
was
Navy SEALs
so
acting.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Not a great movie.
Navy
Shocker. They
we
couldn't act.
support our troops, and
Yeah.
Navy SEALs are, they've made a lot of sacrifices.
Big heroes.
Let's just be honest, they're not good actors.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be acting.
The one scene I remember from that movie is like the Last Stand style thing where it's like the point of view, and it was just brutal.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any hoozle. Happy 25-year. Oh, this is a double take. Happy 25-year anniversary to Hard 8 and Donnie Brasco.
Oh, I was watching Donnie Brasco last night. I didn't even know it was
Nice.
25 years old.
Hell yeah, baby.
That's such a good movie.
Mhm.
Never
And then
saw
Part
Hard
8
8.
is PTA. It's Paul Thomas Anderson's first movie.
I think
right?
so, yeah. Yeah, with John C. Reilly and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Nice.
I haven't seen it yet, but I would like to.
Well, good stuff. Well, Tom, thank you so much for those anniversaries, man.
Quite welcome.
And you know what, guys? That's going to bring us to the end of the show. I'm really happy we were all here today. We had a really good time. It was a good, good time, good fun. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review our podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you're watching on the Cork Bats YouTube page, thank you so much. Please consider giving us a follow there. And then also, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you so much for joining the chat. Kay, we had Kay in there. Mom was in the YouTube chat. Zoetrope, Molly, Goth Grandpa, Pichu slapping
butt.
Molly, Annie Carpenter was in there. Gal was in there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We love hanging out with y'all. And then give us a follow if you haven't on Twitch. And then follow us on the Discord. Link for that is below if you're on Twitch. And then also follow us on social media, which is at CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. Also, be sure to follow Corked Bats on social media, at Corked Bats on Twitter, at CorkedBats2 on Instagram. And be sure to check out corkedbats.com. That's where you can find all your fun Corked Bats content. Guys, you got anything else you need to add?
Nope.
All right. Well,
Wheel show.
Wheel Show is coming. Bye, y'all.
Bye.